Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds. And first of all, I changed my mic, so this should be better than what I've been using. And second of all, I was having a glass of wine and I thought I should review something classy. So, without further ado, let's talk about this one right here. From the house of Dior, it's Dior Homme Parfum. Okay, so first I should tell you, other than Dior Homme 2020, I have never been a big fan. Rocky's with us, as usual. The minute he hears the camera go off, he comes in. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Dior Homme, and Dior Homme Intense did not impress me at all. I don't know, it didn't feel like it did that much on my skin. So, why did I even bother smelling this? Well, easy. I was at the Paris de Gaulle airport, and I had time during my layover. So when my sister and brother-in-law met me at that airport prior to our flight to Egypt, we just kind of walked around and smelled some stuff. And this was one of the things I smelled, and I'd never smelled it before, so I really did want to get my nose on it. So when I smelled it, I was like, oh wow. I realized it was a lot richer than Dior Homme Intense, and I really liked it. So let's talk about the notes. So just like the other Dior Hommes, other than Sport Cologne, actually, so just like Dior Homme Original and Intense, this one is kind of a beast when it comes to that lipsticky iris. But on top of that, it has Italian orange, which honestly I don't really smell, leather and rose in the mid, and then you have sandalwood, ambrette, oud, and cedar in the base. Now I'm just gonna be really honest, I don't smell any oud. So I guess either they did a really good job blending it in, or it's used in such a small amount that you're not really going to pick up on it. What you really get is that lipsticky iris blended so smoothly with that leather, and it's got a perfect powderiness and a perfect sweetness to it. The ambrette is definitely playing a role to give it that kind of perfect sweetness. I just feel like this is perfectly blended. It's rich. It's so classy. So again, you have to like that lipsticky iris. And then the leather, I don't feel like it's a super potent leather. It's kind of just like a really smooth leather. I like smooth leather fragrances. I don't like leathery leather fragrances. I like a suede leather, and I like anything that blends something together to give it kind of like a nice smooth texture. And I feel like that's what this does. I love the smell of this. Now, it is a bold scent, and it definitely makes a statement, and you're gonna smell it. So I feel like it takes a certain personality type to be able to rock this one. But in terms of performance, it lasts. If you're somebody who wears something, you know, for the workday or whatever, and then you come and you spray something on when you get home, this will still be on your skin going. At least that's what I've experienced. So like, I have to commute for work, so typically it takes, like, by the time I get home, my fragrance has been on for at least 10 hours. This I can still smell when I get home. And I don't know if it projects very well. So when it's really hot, you're not gonna wanna wear this because it's going to be cloying. I typically do about 3 sprays. And I feel like 3 sprays is more than enough, but it's not too much. It never like blows out anyone's nostrils around me. But again, it is blended so smoothly. There's nothing screechy in it. It's just really perfectly blended. So because of that, it's pretty much the perfect formal fragrance. We're gonna go back to that in a second because I do want to talk about performance again. It is a really good one without being too much. Now, in terms of who can wear it, because I do want to go in order here, it is lipsticky. So in my opinion, it does run very unisex. I think that most of the Dior Homme line is like that. I think Dior Homme 2020 probably runs the most masculine, but the Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Original, and this, yeah, they're going to run unisex. And of course, that is going to have a lot to depend on your skin. So your skin will very likely kind of push it a little bit in one way or the other. It is a little bit powdery, obviously because of that iris. So if you don't like powdery notes, I would be a little bit cautious. I would not blind buy this because of how much you have to pay for it in America. It wasn't that expensive overseas. at the duty free, but that's not what you're going to be paying if you're ordering it from here. So I would definitely sample this before buying, but again, really unisex, a little bit more mature, not a very youthful scent. I don't feel like too many fragrances with iris in them are youthful. So this has more than a touch of class to it. It's elevated. It's definitely an upscale fragrance. In terms of when you could wear it, I would restrict this to fall, winter, and then spring on cooler days. And then if you're in a place kind of like where I live, where you have like kind of a chillier summer evening, you could pull it off, but I'd be a little bit cautious. Again, it's a pretty heavy fragrance. At least on me, it's worn pretty heavy. Have I worn it when it's a little warm? Yeah, I actually wore this wine tasting, and it was a pretty warm day, and I actually got a compliment on it. So it wasn't bad. Now, it wasn't super hot. It was just warm. So I think I was okay pulling it off. Now, I would just be careful because I don't know where you guys live. Like if I lived where I used to live when I was growing up, Florida, no way I would pull this out in the summer. In fact, no way I would pull this out other than in the month of January in that state. But in cooler weather, this thing shines, and I would dress it up. I think it's one of those fragrances that you could dress down, but you shouldn't. You can do anything, but should you? No. So this is one I would definitely dress up because it just pulls your outfit together so perfectly because it's so formal and so it's like inviting while being boss at the same time. And I feel like that's a talent if I've ever heard one. So yeah, definitely don't dress it down. At least maybe throw some buttons on the shirt or a nice sweater, something. Compliments. I have never worn this and not received at least, I would say typically 2 compliments. One if I didn't see enough people to get 2 compliments, but it's a compliment getter. It just smells that good. Sometimes it's the same person that compliments me, and I wear fragrance every day, so the fact that I think this is the only one that I have a coworker that compliments me every time I wear this, and I think this is probably the only one he's ever said anything about. But that's how good it is, and I'm not mad at him. It's just such an elevated feeling that you get from this. If you need something to give you a little boost of confidence, I would definitely go for this. However, again, it is a bold fragrance. Make sure you have the personality to go along with it. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the price at duty free. So this is 114 euros, which at the time the euro was pretty close to the dollar. I think completely wrapped up, I paid with the rate that my credit card charged me for an overseas purchase, I paid like 120 bucks. That could be different at the time of this filming. I didn't look it up today, but you're going to pay around 180 bucks if you try to pick it up without being at the duty free. So highly recommend sampling. I wouldn't just toss it because not everyone's a big fan of this like lipsticky iris, and a lot of people don't like the powder. Again, it's a really bold fragrance. If you have tried this, comment down below, let everyone know what you think. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it, be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!